God instructed Moses to tell the Israelites that if they obeyed his voice and kept his covenant, they would become a kingdom of priests and a holy nation. The Israelites collectively agreed to follow all that the Lord commanded. To prepare for this divine encounter, God directed the people to consecrate themselves over 3 days. The mountain was enveloped in a dense cloud with thunder and lightning, serving as a striking symbol of God's holy and powerful presence. The restriction that anyone who touched the mountain would be put to death underscored the gravity of approaching the divine. Amid this awe-inspiring setting, God proclaimed the 10 Commandments, which established the foundation for Israel's relationship with God and one another. You shall have no other gods before me. You shall not make for yourself a carved image. You shall not take the name of the Lord your God in vain. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. Honor your father and mother. You shall not murder. You shall not commit adultery. You shall not steal. You shall not bear false witness. You shall not covet. The spectacle of thunder, lightning, and the blaring sound of the trumpet left the Israelites terrified. Overwhelmed by the sheer power and holiness of God, they asked Moses to speak to God on their behalf, recognizing their need for an intercessor. While Moses was on Mount Sinai, receiving further instruction from God, the people grew anxious. Doubt and fear led them to pressure Aaron into crafting an idol. Aaron yielded and fashioned a golden calf from their jewelry. The people proclaimed, "These are your gods, O Israel, who brought you up out of Egypt," and celebrated with a festival in honor of the idol. God, observing this betrayal, informed Moses of the people's sin and expressed his anger, declaring his intent to destroy them and begin anew with Moses. However, Moses interceded on behalf of the Israelites, reminding God of his promises to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and appealing to his reputation among the nations. His earnest plea highlighted both the covenant and the consequences of forsaking it. In response to Moses' fervent intercession, God showed mercy and refrained from destroying Israel. Moses descended the mountain carrying the stone tablets, but upon seeing the people worshipping the calf, he was filled with righteous anger and threw the tablets to the ground, shattering them, symbolizing the people's breach of their covenant with God. Determined to confront their sin, Moses burned the golden calf, ground it to powder, scattered it over water, and made the people drink it, a potent demonstration of the futility and consequences of their actions. He then called for those who remained faithful to God. The Levites rallied to his side, and under Moses' command, they purged the camp of those who had incited idolatry. This episode not only revealed the depth of human frailty and rebellion, but also highlighted God's justice tempered with mercy. The intercession of Moses showcased the power of a mediator, foreshadowing the need for an ultimate intercessor who would bridge the gap between a holy God and his people. Applications. Obedience and consecration are essential for holiness. God's instruction for the Israelites to consecrate themselves and obey his voice highlights the importance of preparation and dedication to maintaining a holy relationship with him. This teaches us that setting ourselves apart and following God's commandments is crucial for living a life that reflects his character. Recognizing God's holiness and reverence. The reaction of the Israelites to the thunder, lightning, and trumpet sound emphasizes the awe-inspiring holiness of God's presence. This application encourages us to approach God with reverence and respect, understanding that his holiness demands a response of humility and worship. Avoiding idolatry and impatience. The story of the golden calf warns against turning to substitutes for God, when we feel uncertain or impatient. It serves as a reminder that true faith involves waiting on God's timing and trusting in His presence, even when He seems distant. The power of intercession. Moses' intercession for the Israelites illustrates the importance of standing in the gap for others in prayer. This application encourages us to intercede for those who may have strayed or are facing judgment, knowing that heartfelt prayer can move the heart of God and bring about His mercy. Consequences of sin and the need for repentance. Moses' destruction of the golden calf and his call for loyalty among the Israelites show that sin has consequences and requires repentance. This teaches that true repentance is demonstrated by turning away from wrongdoing and reaffirming commitment to God, even if it involves difficult choices and actions